Tucker Carlson Tonight host explores while Let's Go Brandon chants are popping up around nation. If you've been paying attention for the past few years, and if you're watching this show, we hope you are, there has likely been a moment when you realized that reality is not quite what you thought it was. A lot of the things you assumed were true, in fact, are not true. They are instead a mirage. They're a web of purpose-built myths designed to deceive rather than inform you. You can't really trust your senses anymore. Your eyes will lie to you. That's an unnerving thought, especially when you realize that ultimately Vladimir Putin is behind it all. Russian disinformation is everywhere in this country. It's lurking even within our own minds. It's worse even than Adam Schiff told us. It was just last weekend, for example, thousands of Southwest Airlines flights failed to leave the ground. It seemed obvious that the mass cancellations were a direct reaction to Joe Biden's vaccine mandates. They were announced just days before, and then actual Southwest pilots appeared to confirm this. But note, that's just what the Kremlin wants you to think. In fact, as the authorities assured us all along, it was only the weather. Nothing more than a few clouds calmed down America. That Southwest Airlines story is as fake as Hunter Biden's laptop.
Don't the Russians lie to you? People love the vaccine mandates, even the thousands who've been fired because of them. They know perfectly well how naughty they've been. They need discipline, and they're grateful to get it. Thank you, Mr. President. May I have another? There is a reason. In other words, that Joe Biden is the single most popular head of state in American history. And the reason is he's awesome. How beloved is Joe Biden? Well, let's put it this way: at sporting events across the country, fans are breaking out in cheers for the White House and its wise and eloquent leader. These are not coordinated political set pieces, astroturf, as we say in Washington. No. These are spontaneous eruptions of love. 1 minute you'll be watching a college football game from the stands. The next minute you'll be overcome with the desire, the pressing, irresistible need to tell Joe Biden how great he is. It's like having to go to the bathroom real bad, except better and more progressive. This is happening, ladies and gentlemen, and it's happening everywhere. A cresting tsunami of support for Joe Biden. Chants of Joe Biden at football games in Utah, Oklahoma, Mississippi, and New Jersey. It's inspiring when you think about it. Joe Biden, on his first day in office, promised to bring this country together, and now he's actually doing it. It doesn't matter what team you showed up to root for in your heart, you are a Joe Biden fan. And that is national unity. Now, not everyone is for this, of course. To Vladimir Putin, who hates us for our freedoms, but also because he's Russian. This is a threat-loving Biden is a thing of beauty. So by definition, Vladimir Putin must destroy it. It's like a sunset, a rose garden, a baby smile. It's something lovely that must be defiled if Russia is going to dominate the world. So in order to corrupt what is good and beautiful, Putin has spread the lie that these expressions of pure devotion to Joe Biden are instead attacks on Joe Biden. Vulgar attacks that include an epithet beginning with F. And sadly, a lot of people believe that Russian disinformation is effective. That's why they do it. So thank heaven NBC has been there to correct that misperception. Over the past several years, NBC has done maybe more than any other news organization in this country to fight the Kremlin's propaganda machine. Thanks to NBC, for example, your doubts about the fairness of the last election have not only been settled, they're now illegal. You're not allowed to express them ever again. So we can be thankful that there was a credentialed representative of NBC Sports on hand earlier this month when fans at a NASCAR event began to spontaneously celebrate Joe Biden. If the NBC lady had not been there, you might very well have misheard what the crowd said. Driver Brandon Brown, oh, my God. Just such an unbelievable moment. / reporter, Brandon, you also told me I can hear the chants from the crowd. Let's go, Brandon. F Joe Biden, please come on, wake up, America. That's like looking at the thriving, incredibly robust economy all around us and concluding there's inflation. Settle down, Vladimir Putin, that's ridiculous. What they said, and you could hear it very clearly if you just open your ears to the truth, is, "Let's go, Brandon." The NBC lady made that very clear. Not F Joe Biden. Let's go, Brandon. But who is Brandon, you ask? Well, just another happy American who is grateful for the wise leadership of his benevolent president. In fact, Brandon is a newly arrived American, part of what we call the Biden generation. He's an undocumented trans-Haitian migrant now enrolled thanks to a Pell Grant as a film studies major at NYU, as well as a part-time non-binary rights activist and puppeteer. Brandon is the embodiment of the new American dream, where everything's free, but everyone is still angry. Just this month, thanks to Joe Biden, Brandon got his 4th COVID shot. That means he's an incredibly good person, far better than you are. And the crowd is simply celebrating that, as grateful people spontaneously do. Let's go, Brandon. Let's get a 5th shot. Let's go, Brandon. So once you strip away the Russian propaganda, it's all pretty obvious and natural. But it does make you wonder if you pause for a moment. If the Russians are lying about Brandon, what else are they lying about? And we're glad you asked. They're lying about hospitals. Vladimir Putin is making up stories about our hospitals here in the United States. Putin claims that our healthcare system is collapsing because of Joe Biden's vaccine mandates, and that's preposterous. And yet somehow, those crafty and relentless Kremlin propagandists have managed to get that story onto American television. News report from Lowville, New York in September. Reporter: hospital officials say they still plan to pause service in the maternity unit starting Saturday. Hospital official: we've had 43 resignations. 70% of those are in clinical areas, and unfortunately a number of the maternity nurses, the professionals who do labor, delivery and postpartum care, are part of that group.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.